Welcome back, all. So today, while Lugs is away, we're going to sneak in here and rip out the old alternator and all the brackets and build some new bracketry to get things a little more symmetrical and in better locations and cleaner. So let's get at it. Alright, so we're back here today. We're going to have a run at replacing this alternator and this system because it's just sucks. And we've got all of this wiring that is just a pain. We don't like wiring, and these things are just loaded with it. So we're going to replace it with a brand new, smaller alternator, which is actually physically smaller, and it makes more power. And more importantly, it's what they call a single wire alternator. So we don't need all of the wires that are currently on the alternator that's currently there. We don't need the voltage regulator anymore. So just a single wire will come off the alternator and charge the battery and run the electrical system. So less wiring, better for us. So I guess it's time to dig into this mess. Let's get at it. Okay, so we've got the brackets and the removed. We can get the old mechanical fuel pump out of there and put in the blocking plate that we made on the CNC. So I'll carry on. Okay, so there's the block off plate now installed. So we were going to go and carry on now with making the custom brackets to hold up the alternator, because the one we got doesn't match any of the brackets we own. And so it goes. All right. So here we are, finally getting to sealing up this gas tank. So we're at Lugs' shop today, and he's going to do the aluminum weld on this tank and get it cleaned up and ready to roll. So we're going to watch and see how this works, because I've never seen this. Ooh, he even got a racy helmet. Close up of the helmet. Show it to the camera, show it to the camera, show it to the camera. Come on, move around to the camera. Where is he?
There he's gone.
Oh, bugger. Trying to get a close up on it. I think it was like it's brand new.
No, well, I only use it for doing aluminum welding.
Oh. So that speaks volumes right by itself.
It's got a ton of really nice, easy like settings in it.
Nice. And it's racy looking, so that's good.
That was the whole idea behind it. Not bad for a $500 helmet.
Wow. That's probably only $75 US.
Yeah.
All right. So getting set up for the aluminum. What are we doing here?
We're just getting set up, just getting stuff cleaned up. We're gonna just get everything organized, and then we'll sit down and figure out our voltages and lay some beads, and we'll see how it goes first of all, and then we'll start welding our plugs in.
That's the tungsten rod?
No, that's the aluminum rod.
Oh, okay.
Tungsten
Jeez, it's teeny.
Is that piece right there.
Oh, I see. It's a tip in the handle.
Yeah, so it's a 7-inch long piece.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm just going to use small little rod, because we don't. If you use too big of a rod, it just makes big ass fucking welds.
No, we don't want that.
And we don't need that. So
yeah, for some reason I thought that would be more like what we're using. I didn't. Yeah.
No. So we're
cool.
using like 16 to 1/8.
We're doing dental work on your gas tank.
That's what this is. It's jewelry.
So when you say you got to figure out voltages, how does?
So what happens, right? Is we set the amperage on the machine.
Yeah.
And then we start welding. So you kind of have a little higher amperage to get going, to get the aluminum heated. Then you back off on the pedal to lower your amperage and keep your welds going. You can burn the welds. I mean, all it is it becomes dark, little harder. But you want nice, shiny little welds is what you want.
So you're controlling the amperages with this foot pedal?
Yep.
Oh.
like a gas pedal. And it's, oh.
Well, don't let me use it. It'll be stuck to the floor.
And because you're using a foot pedal, it's awkward to stand and do stuff. So,
Do you want this down a little lower, or is that a good height?
I think if we go too low, I don't think it's going to work out very well.
Okay.
So, I think we should be good.
No, I'm going to assume this is the same principle as regular welding. Don't look at it.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless you want to, I got another helmet if you want it. You can watch the puddle up, or are you going to?
Sure, yeah. I wouldn't mind. I've never seen it done, so I'd love to see it.
This is my steel welding helmet.
Sweet.
This helmet here has got way more adjustability, so like when you're using low amperage, you don't have the big arc.
Right.
So on a really dark, like a 10, 11, 12.
Might not activate the helmet.
You can't see your pools and your puddles because you don't have enough amperage flowing through it to
Okay.
run the helmet.
See if I can get my fat noggin in this thing. Yeah, oh yeah, just fits. Apparently it's permanently stuck on fat. Like, oh, there it goes. You got to push it in.
Yeah.
It's idiot-proof. No wonder I couldn't make it work.
All right. Well.
Okay. Okay, I'm on the wrong side of the. I can't see you from here. I'm gonna move. Okay, now I can.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of taps on it, and then we'll pull the wood off.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Reminds me of soldering. So that's what you're talking about earlier, keeping that tip over the finished weld till it cools so it doesn't attract any
porosity. And
right.
So you can see here, see that?
Yeah.
See, we had some.
A little bit of
there when we started, right?
Right.
And then you see this etching?
Yeah.
That's the cleaning.
Oh, okay. As it cleans, as it sort of preps the surface to take the weld. We may have to dolly down a little bit of stuff here.
Where we got dolly down?
Well, this is popped up.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay, so this one here, if you want to grab, there's something. There's a file on there.
Right. Yep.
You want to grab and you can push down on that.
Okay.
Just not so much because we want to make this flush, right?
Okay.
So
well, I can't feel it, so you just let me know how much.
Yeah. So right there will work.
Okay. You're like, what, 10, 15 seconds to let that, after you finish welding?
Yeah, it depends on how much amperage you've put through it.
Right.
Is the amount of time that it will hold post-gas.
Okay. Now I see it looks like it's pulled to the weld, right?
Yeah. So that one was down a little bit. I mean, it's not the end of the world.
We're more concerned about it being fuel-proof.
Yeah,
right?
It'll be sealed.
Do we want to pop this off now?
Let's pop that off.
Did we, There. Now it becomes optional.
Yep.
Now I'll get my file here and see if I can put a little pressure down on that for you.
See if we can.
Wow.
No.
Do we have
a hammer?
some kind of a blunt force trauma-inducing
so if you go around
unit?
the corner there's one hanging on the wall.
Oh, just. Boy, I set the camera up right in the worst possible spot.
Well, you know what happens. We're low here now.
Well, we were low here,
Yeah.
so we're good here. Good here. You gotta. Nah, I can't even get in there.
No. Can we
right.
put the screw back
Yep.
in there and then maybe try and pull it over?
Yeah. Do you have like a claw hammer or something I can get under there to?
Just put the pliers on the end of it.
Or that. Screw is still hot.
Yep. Claw hammer. I'll have to go over to the woodwork side for that.
Okay, well, no. We're not there yet.
No. You're just pulling the screw.
Okay.
Okay. Just live there. Let's do this.
Do you have like one of those little tiny awl type screwdrivers with a little fine point? Maybe I can get in there and just give it a. Because it's just right here. It's from that weld over. You know what, lugs? I think that's going to be fine. We're already welded below the surface here.
Yeah.
So it's running back to flush as it comes around.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Once it's welded in,
it's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. No, we'll just carry on. Tools. Really just take a pretty steady hand to do this, doesn't it?
Yep.
Now, like with steel, do you kind of work? You do a little bit here, and then you don't want to get the whole thing too hot, or does that matter with aluminum? Or
well, yeah, it does. But I mean, the thing is, it's with being able to control the amperage and control the heat.
Right.
And this is your cooler. So the more you feed in, the more it stays cool.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So I'm gonna try this hand.
So when you're dealing with multiple levels like that, can you do something like a root pass to fill up and then weld over the surface again, or is that?
If it was deeper, by all means. But I mean, right now we're basically the edges are pulling into themselves.
Okay.
So if we had a bigger hole, yeah, we could do a root pass by all
Okay.
means.
Okay. How do we pressure check this thing?
Can't really.
Well,
I was thinking we could water test it. We'll build just a wooden plate and silicone and plug that,
and then just fill it.
and just fill it with this end up and just see if we get any leaks out of it.
Actually, the other thing we could do is once this is all in and sealed, and this goes in, I can build a plug that goes in the filler and pressurize the filler, block off on the valves,
Yeah.
and it'll hold pressure.
Yeah, I mean, we only want to put like a pound or two in
We
it.
only need a couple pounds,
Yeah, and then soap it.
and then see if before we actually go and put fuel in it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, just as I thought, we have a plan going forward. I know, breaking with traditions. A plan? What's that? Whoa. So when you were doing that, looked like you were swirling around and away from your puddle. Will it pull towards the heat?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I filled it, and then I started to come outside of it because the aluminum will flow to the heat, so I was kind of
Right,
flattening it
trying
out.
to make a nicer, more even puddle.
Just flattening it.
Okay.
Out.
So like solder in that regard too, it'll pull towards the heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. So was that done on that one then? So we can reset to get this other one in?
Yep.
Here. I'll give you your rod lead.